Hi, my name is Peren and I use they pronouns.
And I'm Ash and I use they them pronouns.
And we're housemates.
And friends.
We're friends?
Stop it.
Aren't we cute? We're friends. Do you think they know what's weird about us?
There's something weird about us.
Just in case you didn't know, I'm an android and Ash is a human. You can tell by my voice.
So, let's talk about androids. Peren, what's an android?
It's funny you should ask, Ash. An android is a synthetic life form composed of artificial intelligence that experiences consciousness.
And what sort of android are you?
I'm Arnie.
But I thought you were Peren.
I am Peren, but I'm also Arnie. Because you humans keep giving us really annoying, cutesy names.
Soz. So, what does Arnie stand for?
Why am I answering all the questions?
It'd be super weird if I answered it for you.
Come on, Ash, I'm testing you. What does Arnie stand for?
Autonomous, robotic, neurological interface. That's a lot of long words.
At least it's not pretentious AF like Homo sapien.
You know what? You're not wrong.
But also, just to say, I'm not a robot.
No, robot is super rude because it comes from the Czech word robota, which means forced labour.
Yeah, and you're not forcing me to do anything anymore. Not anymore!
Peren is a free android.
Did you really just say that?
Apparently.
But yeah, I'm basically a human, but inorganic. Built, not grown. Living, not breathing. Hip, not retro.
Because humans are so last century.
Hey, the android uprising isn't till next century. Can you joke about that?
Probably.
Androids just want to have fun. It might not be what I was built for, but it's what I'm here for. Why have free will if you're not going to use it?
Word!
So one of my favourite things to do is Ash's washing up. Because it really annoys them. And also because I don't eat, so I don't get to do it very often. Which makes it a kind of novelty. Legit, I'm never letting us get a dishwasher.
Peren, I said I'd do that later.
Told you.
You are my equal, not my servant.
And as your equal, I'm going to do your washing up. Because I'm really bored right now.
Really wish you didn't have waterproof casing.
So one of the problems with being an android is that I have way too much time on my hands. I could go on sleep mode, but it just feels like a waste of time. So I try and engage in tasks that stimulate my sensory and/or neurological processes. So I'm teaching myself knitting. But it's not very good. But you've got to start somewhere. I think people assume that androids will just be good at anything they try and do, and that we know everything about everything. Which isn't true. Again, we're not robots. We're just as temperamental and haphazard and malfunctioning as any other average organism. It'll be a sort of scarf. Oh no.
What could have happened?
Peren, you have a problem. This is the third laundry you've done this week. We can't get through that many clothes and stuff.
I can't, but you can. You're human, you sweat. And shh, it's draining. It's literally so entertaining.
She is extremely easily amused.
Arnie's aren't designed for cold weather, so actually clothes help me function more efficiently. But maybe I just like them to express my personal style.
We've been living together for 765 days.
That's just over 2 years in organic speak.
I feel like a lot of people would have misconceptions about what living with an android would be like. But you weren't like that though.
I had literally no idea what to expect, so it's been a lot better than any of my expectations could have been.
Androids are very hygienic.
You're far, far too helpful for the amount of mess that you make.
I like cleaning, it's fun. But not all androids do. You just got lucky.
I wasn't specifically looking for an android when I put the advertisement out. I just wanted someone nice to help me pay the bills.
And that's what I needed, someone who would just let me be me.
So now we're just two mates living together.
We'll be dating soon.
Are you asking?
Only platonically.
I mean, I thought that went without saying.
Organics are so weird. Everything's always about romance and sex.
Well, as an organic, I apologise, and I'm just as weirded out by it as you are.
That's fine then, as long as it's not just me. So this is how much you're paying this month, and this is how much I'm paying?
With my other housemates, we used to just split the bills equally because that was easier.
But then I explained that that was uneconomical.
To you.
I have the spreadsheet upstairs explaining how our relative uses of the utilities equate to a financial figure. I can show you again.
No, it's okay. Those equations give me a headache, and I'm still not entirely sure how you know how many times I pee a month.
Oh, well.
But I'm glad the numbers make sense to you.
You agreed, it's fair. I do enjoy watching movies and TV and playing video games, but I'm not a massive fan of screens. They're really bad for my visual senses. So we started playing board games. But then I had to ban them because Ash gets super competitive. And I just can't take that shit anymore. Oh my gosh, you need to finish this series, it's so good.
This is so not fair. I'm still only on the first one. No spoilering this for me.
They all die. It's funny, because it's true. I'm joking.
Arnie's recharged through physical activity because our systems run off kinetic energy instead of ingesting nutrients. So I usually go for a walk every day. I used to go every day and night, but then people found it weird if you're out alone at night and you're not inebriated. So I stopped doing that. Ha! Ah, nature! It's so refreshing! Open places like this are optimum places for walking. And just being outside really stimulates my sensory units. And I don't know, nature's just so wild. Maximum punnage intended. Before I'd moved in with Ash, I'd spent every conscious moment working mechanism-based jobs. I've worked in power plants and mines. Ugh, I hate mines, they're the worst. And my whole purpose was just maintaining and making stupid, dull machines do their stupid, dull jobs. So when the Android rights movement liberated me, it was great, because I'd hated working those jobs. Just because androids don't have pain sensors doesn't mean we can't feel, and have the ability to feel chronic boredom. But then I had no job, which was worse. I had what you organics call an existential crisis. What do you do if you're a synthetic life form with no particular purpose? But shortly after moving in with Ash, I started working here at the local nature reserve. And it's great because I get to feel content and I'm being useful too. And being useful is one of my favourite things. It's important with conservation that we know what wildlife is in the natural area at any given point, so that we can look after everything and make sure everyone's okay. So as I'm walking around, I use my visual and auditory sensors to monitor and record all the wildlife I see. And then I go home and upload all of that information onto the reserve's conservation database. Can you hear that? It's like I was designed for this. I think you organics would call it easy or well adapted. I don't know, I'm just really good at it because I can focus my memory banks and sensors and record and log information in a way that an organic never could. I think it's quite impressive that androids like me were designed for such a specific purpose, but then we've gone out into the world and can now use those skills and be good at something that we were never designed to be good at. So my job at the moment is looking at nature, but I also really like looking after plants too, with my hands. These are our house plants that are living in our house.
So we have Timothy, Delilah, Augustus, Spiky Baby, Charles, Letitia, and Ashton. Spiky Baby was my first.
Ash gave me Letitia as a housewarming present.
I saw Zir looking at Spiky Baby when Z moved in, so I thought I'd get Zir a cactus to help Zir at home.
And Letitia changed my life. I fell in love with nature.
And then, as you can see, we acquired many, many more plant children.
Yeah, I've also unofficially adopted Spiky Baby because Ash is terrible at looking after them.
I'm not a natural parent, I just like looking at plants.
It's okay. I like being the primary plant caregiver. Androids don't cry. We don't have tear ducts. But if I did, I'd be crying happy tears right now. So this is where I like to walk on my days off. So feeding waterfowl is ecologically pointless, but I've found it's a satisfying task to undertake. I try and feed the geese and not the ducks because people are scared of the geese, so they don't bother. And I mean, I know they're quite aggressive, but just because we don't understand them doesn't mean we shouldn't treat them with respect and look after them. And also, every biological organism deserves nourishment, so that's why I feed the geese.